So this is a rewrite video for part 3. Okay, you may have already seen this, but if you want to rewrite, you need to read this whole checklist. You need to check off every single thing on this list. Okay, all right, so for part 3, let's look at, we're trying to figure out how the mass and height above the ground affect the amount of gravitational potential energy stored in the system. Okay, so let's look back at the simulation. All right, let me just start them over. All right. Okay, so now we're trying to see mass and height, and we're comparing gravitational potential energy, okay? Don't say thermal, don't say kinetic, don't say speed, don't say any of that. It's not related to this claim. This claim is about mass and height and gravitational potential energy. That is it, okay? You should also have 4 screenshots in this one, all right? We talked about this when we did all the critique of them. Every one of these, parts 2 and 3, should have 4 screenshots. All right, so the first time you're going to keep small mass, okay, and see what the potential energy is, okay, versus large mass, see what the potential energy is. Okay, so that's what you're comparing. I am looking at the mass slider bar. I am looking at the bar graph for gravitational potential energy. That's where you look to see it. Okay, you can't just say it's bigger. You have to say the gravitational potential energy bar in the bar graph is larger. Okay, so your first set of screenshots will be mass. Okay, your second set of screenshots, you'll have the same mass. Okay, and then you'll have the guy at a tall height, right? So like this guy's starting at 5 meters. I'll look at his gravitational potential energy bar. And then I'll look at him when he's lower. Now he's only at 1 meter, and I'll look at his gravitational potential energy bar. Okay, so that's a comparison of height. All right, so for part 3, oops, that's not right. Okay, so for part 3, right, again, I'm going to have 4 screenshots. I'm going to have one that has different masses at the same height. Okay, and then I'm going to have another set of screenshots that have different heights, same mass. All right, and then for each of those, I'm going to look at the mass slider bar, right, and I'm going to look at the blue gravitational potential energy bar, and then I'm going to look at the height that he's at, and I'm going to look at the gravitational potential energy bar, okay? I'm not looking at the total. I'm not looking at kinetic. I'm not looking at the speedometer. Unrelated, okay? That's the only things we're looking at, all right? And then you're going to describe what you see.